If you don't know this, now you know. So hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hey girl, my name is Lucy. I always say to stay subscribed because we have a good time on this channel. I'm gonna give you guys hygiene tips I wish I knew sooner. I have made several parts to this video in the past, and I'm going to have those linked below just so you're updated on the different versions of this video and also other things that I have advised in the past. I highly recommend that you check that. So check the description box, it's going to be linked below. Now without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. The first hygiene tip I wish I knew sooner. If you deal with odor and discoloration under your arms, I would highly recommend that you try glycolic acid. As you know, glycolic acid is an exfoliant which can clear up and exfoliate an area of your body. So I would highly recommend that you try using this under your arms. I have tried this on myself personally, and I've seen a huge difference in my underarms ever since I started using it. But for the reason of hyperpigmentation and discoloration under my arms, I use this 2 to 3 times a week. So if you experience odor, hyperpigmentation, discoloration under your arms, you have not tried glycolic acid, you guys, try glycolic acid. I would recommend the one from The Ordinary. It is the OG glycolic acid that works wonders and is the one that I still trust amongst many in the market. Second hygiene tip that I wish I knew sooner, pimple patches. Now I've been experiencing unusual breakout. I'm not the kind of person that breaks out normally. I mean, thank God for that. I deal with a lot of hyperpigmentation, discoloration, different parts of my body, my face, my legs, everywhere, right? That has been my major issue for years, and I've been tackling with different products. If you see me buying a skincare product, just know that's the reason why, right? But lately, I've been breaking out. I have products that I'm using to tackle the breakout as well. Now let me tell you a secret that I discovered lately, right? It is the liquid pimple patches. Now to be specific, the one from Kiehl's. I recently got this, I want to say like a week and a half ago, and this is the best pimple patch in the market. I don't care. I use the ones that obviously like you stick on the pimples. I've used those ones before and they work well, but it does take you using it a couple times for you to actually see results. But you see the liquid pimple patch from Kiehl's, it's in my bathroom right now, but I would show you guys like on the screen so you see what it looks like. I don't want to stand up. It's a liquid pimple patch which is different from the regular pimple patches that you know in the market, but it works expeditiously. It works like wonders. Like I tell you, I put it on, you can literally feel your skin squeezing. I don't know how to explain it. It's as if you can feel the pimples shrinking, or if it was actually about to come out, you can feel it going back in. And I absolutely adore this product. If you're dealing with pimples, fresh pimples just springing out from nowhere, you need something that can instantly clear this out, take it back to where it came from, send it back to the sender. Use this liquid pimple patch from Kiehl's and I guarantee you will not be disappointed. Okay. Third hygiene tip I wish I knew sooner. Stop using shower gels or soaps just because they smell good. I mean, in my younger years, I would use anything just because it smells nice, smells like petals, roses, vanilla, caramel. They have absolutely no use to my skin. If for anything, they dry my skin out, can cause irritation because of the plenty fragrances and oils that are packed in it just for it to smell that good, right? Ever since I started treating my body just the same way I would treat my face, so if I'm using a shower gel, it has to have something, okay? I could use hyaluronic shower gels just to, you know, boost the skin glow, maybe elasticity, you know, just kind of have me feeling firm, moisturized and all that. That's pretty much, I feel like the most simplest shower gel you should go for, the hyaluronic shower gels, right? But there are other shower gels that are good for instance, dry skin, flaky skin, irritated skin, inflamed skin, you know, hyperpigmentation, dull skin. So they have different shower gels for those treatments. I would highly recommend that when you buy shower gels, the same way you buy a face cleanser, and be very thorough about it, be thorough about your shower gels as well. Make sure you're buying shower gels that add to your skin glow and skin essence than just smelling good, because we tend to lean towards the one that makes our skin smell good or our bathroom smell good, but they don't necessarily add any value, nutritional value to our routine or our skin. So if you're that kind of person that just buys shower gels just because they smell good, stop doing that. You're ruining your skin, because the majority of these things that are put in the shower gel actually harm your body, your pH and all of that, and you don't even know it because it smells so good. Fourth hygiene tip I wish I knew sooner is your foot care. Okay, we neglect certain parts of our body when we speak about hygiene. The foot is one of the major parts that we just overlook when we talk about taking care of our bodies. We feel like whatever we put from our head to down here just kind of rinses the foot out and that's it. But honestly, the amount of care that you put into your foot is very, 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 very essential for your overall health. A lot of you don't know that majority of the germs that is being carried actually starts from your feet. You can carry a lot of germs and bacteria from your feet down to any area of your body, and also around, like your house, your bedroom, your couch. Your feet can carry and store a lot of bacteria, so you need to also care for your feet as well. And if you feel certain emotions or you have certain chills, typically starts from your feet. If you don't know this, now you know. When it comes to taking care of your feet, you need to invest in feet deodorant. If you don't know that this is a thing, it's absolutely a thing. We have deodorant specifically for your feet. And if you also have odor in your feet, which majority of the population of the world have problem with odor in the feet, so you need to invest in creams, slippers, deodorant specifically for your feet. We have those products out there. We also have foot creams, like specific foot creams that make your foot soft, moisturized, you know, fluffy. If you want to avoid athlete's foot, you actually need to invest in taking care of your foot. Okay, I'm gonna leave a couple of foot products that you can utilize. I personally have foot spray, deodorant spray. If I'm wearing covered shoes, I just tend to spray in the shoes and on my feet before I actually wear these covered shoes, like sneakers, just office shoes, especially when I know that I'm going to be in them for hours. I just put it in there because you sweat in your feet, so I just spray inside the shoes and also spray on my feet. Fifth hygiene tip I wish I knew sooner. Now this one might not be for someone who is older, because I mean, we know these things at this age. If you're in your, you know, mid-20s, late 20s, 30s, 40s, you already know this. But this video typically is for everyone, because sometimes you think you might know, but you actually don't know. But yeah, be mindful of the public toilet. What you should do and should not do in the public toilet is a thing, okay? There are so many people I don't know that you should not be sitting. I personally don't. I've heard different theories. Should you sit on the public toilet sit? How long does the germs last? A lot of people say they don't last long. Some people say they go in with antiseptic wipes, sprays and everything, and they wipe it off and all that kind of stuff. I just generally avoid it. I just avoid sitting in the public bathroom. No matter how clean it is, I just prefer not to, for the most part. Another big thing I like to do when it comes to public bathrooms is when I wash my hand, which you should always wash your hand. It doesn't matter whether you're in a public bathroom or in your bathroom in your house. When you use the toilet, please wash your hands. Okay, just please wash your hands. Okay, very important. Now, when you're in a public bathroom and you wash your hands, it's either I let it air dry or I use a paper towel. It doesn't matter how fancy the place I am in, restaurant, spa, whatever. You know, some places that are fancy also have towels. I will never, ever use a public bathroom towel, no matter how clean it is. I know some public bathrooms, they roll up the towels. They're so cute. I will never use it. They always have options to use a paper towel, and I use a paper towel all the time. They also have those hand dryers, and sometimes I've used those hand dryers, but honestly, I don't trust those hand dryers either. Like, they carry a lot of germs, they store a lot of bacteria, and what's the essence of washing your hands when you're just going to dip it back into bacteria, in my opinion? And sometimes it just doesn't look the cleanest to me. Okay, so I just use paper towel, and there's no paper towel, I just let it dry. The sixth one, clean your water bottles. I know you're hearing me say this, and the last time you cleaned your water bottle was probably never. Because I feel like a lot of people think that because it's water, there's no food in it, there's no way like bacteria or anything will be stored in it. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. Your bottles can grow germs and bacteria over time. Doesn't matter if it's just water that you put in it, you need to always clean your water bottles. Clean your water bottles, especially the ones that has straw, like the one that you keep sipping on the straw every single day. Why don't you think it makes sense for you to clean it? Because sometimes you use this water bottle when you're eating, and when you use the straw, food is transferred into the straw. You know that, right? Like oils is transferred from your mouth into the straw. So clean it. just clean your water bottles. Seventh one, you've heard of this before. This is a soft, quick reminder. Make sure you're using pH balanced products, especially for your intimate areas, just so you maintain natural flora. If you don't use pH balanced products, your body will be all over the place, and obviously your down there will be irritated, inflamed, itchy, smelly. You need to make sure that you're using pH balanced products. Like I can't stress this enough. If you don't know this, girl, this is for your knowledge. Eighth one, in line to using pH balanced products down there, I would recommend using a boric acid wash. You can actually even take it as a supplement as well, which is very, very good for your body and for your flora. But I would recommend boric acid wash. It is so good for maintaining a good pH right there, good for cleansing. And again, you're cleansing, but nothing is going in though. So it's just for the area around it. Okay, I know this is back to basics, but sometimes you just need to say it so people actually get the picture. I'm not saying it has to go there. It's just for the, not for the, okay. Ninth one should actually have been number one because it is absolutely essential. First thing I'll say is make sure that you have your blood work done, right? So you know what your nutrients level is or your vitamin level is in your blood. That way you're able to, determine where you're deficient and you need to treat that. But my major point here is if you don't know about taking vitamin D and iron, please take it seriously, okay? Those are two very, very most essential supplements for your health. I am anemic. I am iron deficient. Well, God forbid I'm not anymore. But I love to take iron because it affects pretty much every part of your body, your mental, your physical, emotional. Iron and vitamin D will save your life. Trust me, especially in the colder season. If you're living in a country that we have different seasons and it could get really cold and gloomy and cloudy on a daily, you don't get enough sun, vitamin D is your best friend. Sometimes you're not depressed. Most times actually you're not depressed. You're just iron deficient and vitamin D deficient. And iron has essentials for your skin and your hair, especially your hair. Most of the reasons why your hair is falling out, you don't know why, is because of iron. Okay, iron can chop off your frontal, your edges, chop off the back of your head, the nape area of your neck. It can completely destroy the growth and the health of your hair if you're deficient. So if you find that your hair is breaking, you don't know why, you're probably deficient in one of these and it's affecting you badly. My 10th one is taking cranberry pills. These are so good for your down there. These prevent UTIs and also improves your overall girly girl health. It's packed with a lot of juicy nutrients that keeps your girl really, really healthy, looking good, smelling good, fresh. I've spoken about cranberry juice before, and I would also say the same. If you don't want to take the pills, you can also just take the juice. So make sure that you're drinking fresh, not the ones that are, made artificially or mixed with something. Fresh cranberry juice will help your girl down there. And when we're speaking about juice, I'm going to talk to you guys about iron as well. So if you don't want to take iron supplements, one really good juice that you can take that would help you restore your iron or balance out your iron is beetroot juice. I know it is nasty as hell. Trust me, I have 4 cartons or whatever in my fridge, and then the first time I actually took it, it was nasty. I could barely stomach it. You gag, okay? But it is amazing. It's so good for your iron levels, for your blood levels, for your nutrition, your insides. Beetroot, I love beetroot juice. Now I'm used to it. So many times I add ginger, sometimes I add oranges. It doesn't really help the taste, but I'm used to it now. I actually don't even taste bad to me at all. Like I can drink a whole can of it. I can even drink it like it's normal juice right now. You get used to it. So cranberry juice or cranberry pills, iron pills, or beetroot juice, these are perfect for your girls down there, for your overall health, mentally, physically, emotionally. These will help you so much. Now let me know what you think about this video in the comments section below. Follow me on my socials, Instagram and TikTok. I'm going to have them linked below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, okay? And I will see you in my next one. Bye.
Those of you that are listening in your car, at your job, you at home, I don't care where you at. Turn this up right now, because we're about to go in. Hey.